And welcome back. We're pretty much picking up right where we left off, which is we're going to I believe the second floor, like the secret room, to see if we can plug Alter Ego in. Should be fun. Sup, Jill? How's it going? My obsession? What are you doing? Living. I see. Anyway, I'm headed back to my room. I'll just be there, living totally calm. Yeah, right. Not weird at all. I believe it's the boys' bathroom on the second floor. Hey, Makoto.
Wow.
Are you sure all the documents are gone? I refuse to believe you. Go and check again. What?
Listen to me.
Just hurry up and go. Make sure you don't run off. I'm gonna wait right here. Oh, I get it. She's acting. She was so forceful. I thought I'd made her mad again somehow.
Just a second.
Why are you just standing there? Hurry up and go. Okay, I'm going.
So then.
And be thorough. I'm counting on you. I mean, like, to be fair, Kyoko definitely strikes me as the type to be mad for no fucking reason. I wonder if I can, like, come here at any moment. Okay, first we have to find a network cable. Drawers. According to Kyoko, there should be a bunch of cables in this drawer. Found it. This is a network cable, right? Yeah, that is in fact an Ethernet cable. Now we just have to connect Alter Ego. I immediately got to work. I pulled out the laptop and connected it to the Ethernet port with a cable. The cable. It's not just any cable, it's the cable. And that should do it. Yeah, I think it worked. Just leave the rest to me. I'll swear I'll find a way. I'll find something. Might even be able to connect to the outside world. If I can, I'll see if I can call for help. So please, just wait a little longer. Just hold tight and put your faith in me. As I was about to leave, I decided to leave him with one last thing. No matter what, we're gonna get out of here. You and all the rest of us as friends. Friends? Even me? Thank you. Thank you, Makoto. And I'm out.
Makoto.
How'd it go? Well, it went okay, but all the documents were gone, just like I told you. My reply was an unintentional mix of acting and real feelings.
Correct.
I see. Then there's nothing left for us here.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Before I knew it, Kyoko was walking away. She wasn't acting anymore. That much was for sure. Ah, Kyoko.
What?
Yes? So we're just gonna split up.
Why is that?
Of course, I have no reason to stay with you at this point. Wow, brutal. That is brutal as fuck. Oh. Well, maybe, but isn't that a little too direct? Should I hesitate and fumble for something to say? You're so high maintenance. That's not what I meant. I just had more I wanted to talk to you about. Like, what are you gonna do about Sakura?
It's true.
Well, something has to be done, it's true.
However.
But the way things are right now, there's no way to persuade anyone. They don't have the mind to listen. I mean, that is a fair point, actually. Like, far too good of a point. And what should we do?
So.
If we can find some new clue, that would likely change the situation. That's all we can hope for right now. Which is why Alter Ego.
Correct.
All we can do is wait and believe in our friends. You're right. That's our only option. Bit brutal, but that's my opinion. As we parted ways, I headed back to my room. I'm kinda tired, so I lay down in bed. Maybe it was because of the stress of moving Alter Ego, but I was way more tired than I realized, so before long at all, I fell asleep. I'd completely dozed off. God damn it, ice. Ding dong. Huh? Ding dong. The sharp sound of the doorbell pierced my sleepy haze and pulled me back to the real world. Rattle.
Makoto.
Makoto, get out here. Kyoko, what's going on?
Indeed.
Hina just came to see me and she was white as a ghost. Seems like something happened. What? As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to beat a little faster. Just a little faster. I suddenly found myself wide awake. She said for us to come to the rec room. It's time! The rec room. Okay, let's hurry. I gotta stop picking shit out of my teeth on camera. Especially now that I have a model. Rattle, 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 rattle. Can't get the door open. Is it locked? I want to look through the door. Talk to me, baby. Makoto, Kyoko. What's wrong? Something's not right. In the rec room. What's inside? There was a window on the rec room door, and I hurried to look inside. When I did... Wait. Sakura. She unconscious? She's sitting up in the chair like she's bowing her head.
Hey.
What's going on? Did something happen to her?
Huh?
I was just walking past and I happened to notice her through the window, but I couldn't get the door open. I tried knocking, I tried calling her name, but she wouldn't respond.
Huh?
So what should we do? What are we going to do?
Anyway.
First of all, we need to get into that room. But the door's locked, right? But if we break in, we'll be violating school regulations.
Listen to me.
We're going to force our way in. I just said
Wrong.
the door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room doesn't have a lock. Oh, fair point. Huh? Then why?
It would seem...
Feels like the door is pressing up against something inside the room. Is it the chair? Chair?
In other words...
Either way, this door isn't locked, which means as far as I can tell, the rule doesn't apply. And there's no problem if we break in?
Indeed.
Let's smash the window. That should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll go get something to break it with. Wait right here. Oh, this one's the hardest one. And like, according to someone that has been on my channel before, they were the Danganronpa like voice acting director person that I was a part of a couple years ago. We did a roleplay like a while ago, and this case was pulled on like a few of us voice actors and a few others that decided they wanted to join. And yeah, I was the one that found it. I can pull screenshots, but I might not. I can't pull screenshots from the actual trial, but that's not the point. Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch. She's just unconscious, right? Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura, so I'm sure. Kyoko didn't reply. There was only silence, but that silence didn't last long. Coppers! Here. I found a broom in the classroom. Use it.
Makoto.
I can handle this, right? You can handle this, right, Makoto? Come on, please hurry. Okay, you two, stand back. Makoto Naegi, the boy wonder. Because I wonder how you got into this fucking school. I took hold of the broom and swung it as hard as I could, aiming directly at the window. All it took was one solid hit. Crash. The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattered across the rec room floor. I stuck my hand through the now open window and jostled the chair leaning against the door. The chair's pretty heavy, but if I can just... I pushed on it with all my strength and finally the knob turned. Sakura! I ran up to her as fast as I could, but the moment I laid my hand on her... Maybe you shouldn't be laying hands on people. I'm gonna have to time this perfectly for a... Oh, that's a beautiful shot. I love that. All I felt was cold to death. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body. And then... there it is! Hopefully this is a shorter episode because I timed it just right.
A body has been discovered after
A certain amount of time. I'm going to be skipping. Deadly Life. All-Star Apologies. Chapter 4. Oh, we're nearing the end of this game. There's like only one or two more class trials left. Huh?
Sakura's dead.
Yeah, she is.
She's really dead.
I like the eye design, it just also very much frustrates me. I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on at Sakura's dead body. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead, checking for a pulse or a reaction? I had to go get them. I had to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room. And why? Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. I needed to examine Sakura's body. Okay, I just stood motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there, unable to do a thing, time just passed. Just like Sakura! I'm sorry, that was so bad. And after I don't know how long, I got everyone. Hugo.
Yes.
Oh, she's dead? So she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed, I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means. Sakura was murdered and by somebody in this very room. Is that what you were going to say?
Huh?
No. Whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room. It was one of you, Hiro Byakuya Toko, one of you killed Sakura. Hiro has more than proven that he is not one to want to deal with death. Byakuya and Toko, on the other hand, Toko is Toko. We're more looking at Jack than Toko. What? You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation. She's notorious for doing so. I don't need to investigate anything. Because you hated her. You hated the sight of her. One of you did it. I know it. You know it. Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad. Dragon Ball reference. What are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer. That's right, it's the next Monokuma file. And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're going to ruin the... I really don't want to read that. Good thing I don't have a online presence. Or I'm not streaming this either, because people can't force me to read this in the moment. But y'all can read that. Can you not? Now then, with that hold on. There's something I want to ask you, huh? It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura. Huh? Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again, and then I killed her. Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me. Which, thank God for that, it saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that. I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she'd violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her. So I don't know who it was, but whoever the Blackened is this time, I owe you one. You owe them one? Oopsie, before you get all pissy potty at me, you better figure out who did it first. Because, I mean, your lives are all on the line. Right? I don't like his laugh. What the hell? He owes them one?
Forgive you.
I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway.
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina, I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura. Because then Hina is guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
What?
Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. An order?
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. That is actually a really interesting dynamic between the two of them. For shipping purposes, of course. As I've mentioned a few times, I've been in the shipping community a lot longer than I care to admit. I mostly just stay in my little corner and with the ones that I like and watch them play. Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on. Before that, there's something I want to say.
What?
Which is, Hero, Byakuya token, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene. What? One of you killed Sakura. I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her. Don't be stupid, our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say, I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. What it appears, further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise? I won't ask you to let us all in, just let me. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway. Nope, I don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway. And you, Hero, do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
It's all clear.
Then it's decided. Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. It's a very bizarre request, but if anyone's going to do it, Design Jack has outright said she doesn't care. And she's very not helpful in any of them for that matter. And Hero's just fucking brain dead. Like, let's be honest here. But
Hey.
we have to find out who killed Sakura, for those of us still alive and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body?
Listen.
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
Listen to me.
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's a kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but just do it. Do it! I remember that meme. I remember that when that was a big thing. Investigate. I'd better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in a rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Monokuma file. Okay.
Hey.
I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why's that?
So,
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door had been jammed shut with the chair from the inside of the rec room, which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
in other words,
In other words, this is a classic locked room murder. Okay, I'm gonna have to Google that, aren't I? This game throws out so many fucking terms at me. Locked room murders. Book. It's a book by Robert Adley. It's basically a locked room mystery. The Chinese maze murderers, huh? Oh, there's 148 books with that. God damn. Yeah, I might look at that later. Locked room murder? I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. But could it really happen in real life and right before our very eyes like this?
Hey.
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
that's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special methods seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variants. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that was what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh.
In other words,
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from the outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, or something like that.
however,
But in this case, it doesn't seem to fit. There's no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the
It's
list.
true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
In other
They
words,
stay hidden, and when the door is opened, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
it's true.
And the fourth final type is it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked
In
room.
other words,
But that I mean, there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see, this is a lot. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality, it's generally not possible. And you think we can cross that one off too?
indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then Kyoko, which one of those 4 choices seems the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. And right now, I can't really say. I see the way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. So we're going to check out the blood first. There's a bloodstain on the carpet. There's a bloodstain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far from where she died? Has been added to... Yeah. This looks like some kind of wrapper. And that's... Do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. It's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help calm her down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. Made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much. But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper has been added to Truth Bollocks. This one is very strange. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom section of the bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Glass shards on the floor. There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. I want like an entire set of these. Figure on the floor. Because there's more over here. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. Yeah, because you've got one of each. You got the pawn, the rook, the bishop, and the king. So you're missing the queen and the knight. And inside each bottle there's a Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is how they get those figures inside the bottle.
So,
It's no difference from your standard ship in a bottle, huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen those? Seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I
in
have.
other words,
So this is the Monokuma version of that, a Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle has been added to Truth Bullets. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of the bottle that was probably started out as a bottle, which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are evidence of that, so I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. The locker is open and they're on the inside. It's a handprint.
why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint with all the dust.
True.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding there in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then maybe the killer hid in there until the locked room was opened, don't you think? And during all the confusion they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not? Think back. Before we opened the door we looked inside the room, right? And oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. So then, what does that this handprint mean? Yeah, I don't remember how to get to the solution. I just remember who did it. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance of the room.
So,
It looks like a protein drink and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. She mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. It reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. She must have gotten this from the Chem lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is it? What is? Do you see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
So,
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure or I see how. Maybe it fell off the chair when we moved it? Clock. Talk to Kyoko, Hina. We're going to examine the body. Sakura drew her last breath, sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obviously evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that. Have any problem believing that's what killed her. I hate using that or that in writing. It just doesn't, it fucks with my brain. I'm believing that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she also had vomited blood. And I can see a trace amount of blood on her lips for sure. So it would have caused her to vomit blood. The Monokuma file specifically says she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Status of Sakura's body has also been added to it. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood. Concussion can do that. Not a chance. But Byakuya.
That's fine.
However, her eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Okay. Let me talk to people now. We already know who did it.
I won't forgive you.
Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. When I saw her again after that, she told me, she said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon, the Monokuma file says she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself, and I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I had stopped her by force even, this would never have happened. Look, Hina, I like ya. You ain't stopping Sakura. Hina, it's impossible to have regrets, I know. Okay, but the fact that she asked those three to meet with her, and she's asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, might be good to confirm what I just heard with three of them directly. So, okay, Toko and Hiro would be out here.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do that? do that, it said, and risk being killed by that monster. So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay then, thanks. Byakuya's a dick, but one of my favorite moments from specifically the anime is coming up. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only noticeable change is the window is smashed now, which happened of course when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Okay, can I like leave? I need to, okay. Well, time to talk to Kyoko. But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly, they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. What is there left to examine? Chair. The chair was shoved up against the door knob, so we couldn't get to the door. Get the door open. Goddamn. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used in the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. And having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt that the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. There was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with, anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Okay, can I leave now?
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then.
You should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you're going in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. Is that what we're calling sex now? I keep forgetting fucking. I have 6 notifications on Facebook waiting for me. But she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Alright, they're gonna let me leave. Yay! We're free. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Go, 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 go. So it's Kyoko, Kiyotaka, Makoto, Mondo, Sakura, Byakuya, Junko, Toko. I press the doorbell. Ding dong. Ding dong. After a few seconds. Huh? Who's there? Ugh. The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall. Slithered is an interesting term.
What do you want?
What do you want? You said you wanted to talk to me about something. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked you to meet with you.
Well...
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master 2? I just said 2, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go to see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as a fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Toko's account and truth bullets. So now it's Chihiro, Celeste, Sakura, Hina. They shared a wall? Okay. Leon, Yasuhiro, there we go. You press the doorbell. After a few seconds,
You know?
what's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How'd you know about that?
Could it be?
Do you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? I would totally quote Sayaka here and be like, I'm psychic. But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Oga told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She gave it to me in person. She happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. Yeah, it is. So then you went and met with Sakura. No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Olga was when Hina got hurt and I took it to the nurse's office. I haven't seen her since then. Well, while I'm here, could you show me the note that she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets. Sorry, it looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pockets. Huh? Quick as a wind, Hiro snatched it back up again. He shoved it back into his pocket.
hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I've got to throw out. Trash. Anyway, I can't deny that Oga asked to meet with me, but I never went. Well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all that was to it. Pocket trash. Okay, so I've heard from Toko, Hiro, what next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found. Okay, Chem Lab. So where should I start? Chem Lab is where I'm choosing to start. Gym. It's 2 gyms. Oh, cool. 4th floor, control room, Chem Lab. Alright. Chem. Ooh. Makoto, did you have your eyes on the Chem Lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. Yeah, I wouldn't buy into his ego either. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. You know what else is big? Sakura's muscles. I should probably take a closer look at it. So it looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spewed in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? C4. Look, it looks like the bottle had a label on it, Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled. That's right, it could only have been around the time of the incident. That really is what happened. It must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder. Footprints? These are footprints. And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do those footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and pen. So he had that plan. Well, let's go, chop chop. Okay. I got to work, and before long I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. It's so bad. So how's this? Not bad for you. I mean, for me?
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left those footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that left shelf, did whatever they had to, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No!
What?
Okay then, let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. Couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. See, your feet appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit, these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. And these prints are a really valuable clue. I'm gonna check this shelf. Let's see what's on the shelf. There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit, section A. Huh? But wait. There's one bottle here labeled Chem 9, or Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? On this shelf is... One look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. Something just made a little bit too much sense, but I think... These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labelled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit, section C. We'll check B. So on this shelf it looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. I hope you lived in such ignorance for so long. It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kinda harsh?
What?
Wait, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labelled with the letter B and a number, so I guess I can consider this okay. I don't see anything else out of the ordinary here, in which case I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. I should try and find out more about this shelving unit. Looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A is dietary supplements, B has reagents, and C has lethal chemicals. So everyone must have gotten the protein powder from section A. But what concerns me is that in section A there was a bottle with a label from section C. It was a bottle of poison from section C doing in section A. There's definitely something going on here. I would get so fucking annoyed if that was the case. The broken bottle. Looks like the bottle had C4. So I was hoping I'd find more. I'd kind of like put 2 together. Okay. Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. I should probably take a good hard look at the powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. Also the bottle's little Chem C4. Also it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the print, whoever was on the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Footprints in the powder has been added to the trivial section of your handbook. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I'll take another look around the chem lab, rec room. So map. It's floor 2, isn't it? Yeah, it's floor 2. I believe so, at least. Archive, no, it's floor 3 because it's... Yeah, the rec room there. Can I not... Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave the room. Prefer to let me fast travel. I'm done talking with you, Byakuya. Thank you for the constant insults. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. One there. Third floor up. There we go. I would love to run around the school more, it's just it doesn't work that way. Floor 3. Is that where I want to be? I feel like I'm wrong for that. Okay, yeah, I have to go fully around. Here, and then turn down this one. I like how they broke only one section.
Hey,
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? Told Kyoko what Toka and Hiro had told me. Let's see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. That's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying?
anyway,
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look them over one more time. So the magazine. There's a bloodstain in front of the magazine shelf. Yeah, it doesn't work. I can only assume that. God damn. It is fucking 10:50 at night in a residential neighborhood. What is wrong with you? I can only assume that the blood is Sakura's, but that's strange if true. Why is it so far away from where she died? I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new.
hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention, you'll be sure to find it. A correlation. Hey Kyoko, can you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. It's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer? I do trust you to a degree, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree. I mean, you did keep shit from her, but it's not as if... Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
Anyway,
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle, try to get the smaller pieces too? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
that doesn't
I've
matter.
already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine, and that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. Yep, do what your missus tells you. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken pieces. Broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up, so to keep you waiting.
so then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? Pieces of glass that you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen,
First, let's compare the weight of the two of the normal Monokuma bottles. Okay, it's balanced.
in other words,
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same, which makes sense. The Monokuma figure insides are basically the same and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
And here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on the side of the scale. Now what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
But then let's give it a try. Huh. The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together.
hey,
I believe you will arrive at one persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. I couldn't fucking tell you. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered about Sakura's
Just a
body.
second.
Just staring into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? I mean, yes, but I'm working on it. There's no getting around it. Like me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
it's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you?
So,
I manage it, it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What?
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Sorry, never mind.
hey,
More importantly, look here. Her shoes.
correct.
What's that writing on it? I think it's literally just her name. You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it actually stands out. Well, it's white.
See.
That powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder. Okay.
Hey,
Next would be the wound on her head. Look carefully.
true.
Actually, even telling you that it's incredibly difficult to spot. Just let me explain.
it would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow to the head, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
It just keeps piling up. Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Kyoko's examination summary. Okay. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Okay. There's a bloodstain, yeah. Kyoko said the magazine's shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh? This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore it in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. Picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is one of the pages near the center of the magazine. A word had been written in bold, bloody letters. And it said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, I feel like Kyoko would have put it upside down. And she would have flipped through all of them, found that one, flipped it upside down for us to find. I feel. Kyoko, is this?
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
however,
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. I don't believe you. It's already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... It says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled, she's the killer for sure. And he has taken off and run with the idea. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Just trying to pull my leg back up, but it's not working. Dying message, okay. Oh shit, that's right, this one's a very short one.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right?
Yes.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
See you soon. It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Fucking everyone in the room just looking at Makoto like, what? I'm not about to fuck with the class trial because I like to do it in the 3 increments like I usually do. There may not be streams for a while. I may only stream for like a short period of time if I do at all. I've just got some shit coming up for the next like 5 weeks, but I'll try and stream where I can. But with that being said, as always, down in the left-hand corner, you'll find a video that YouTube has recommended for you. It does help me out a lot if you did make it this far. And still, if you made it this far, leave a comment. Maybe clip some of your more favorite jokes. I'm trying to be more funny in my videos. Crack more jokes, but this game is just very story-driven. I get caught up in it. I try and joke as best as I can, but it's difficult. Like, subscribe, do all that fun shit. It helps me out a ton. If you do subscribe, hit the bell to get notified when I upload next. And over my little model over in the corner here, you'll find my profile picture, where it'll take you directly to my channel, where you can subscribe and hit the bell there and check out my streams. I've got playlists for just about everything that I've done, and you can probably find something else to watch, whether it be my Last of Us playthrough from earlier this year, when I like came back to doing YouTube. Like, I think it was like March I did that, goddamn. Or, you know, could be one of the Committed to Bully Scholarship Edition. But anyway, I'll see everyone in the next one. Laters.